Hi, I'm Lisa Michelle, and I like to make content to help new and aspiring entrepreneurs starting their first online business. Now, I get a lot of questions regarding Amazon KDP and books on the platform. So this video is showing you how you can create a really simple composition notebook. And I'm doing this video on composition notebooks because it's school, it's time for school, and a lot of kids use these notebooks in class. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you how you can create the notebook, but stay until the end of the video because I'm going to show you how you can spy on your competition on Amazon KDP to see what keywords the top sellers are using for their books so you can use them in yours. This way you can have a better chance of ranking closer to the first page on Amazon. All right, so I'm making a daisy composition book, and when I get toward the end of the video, I'll show you why I chose that type of book. But I'm on Vexel's website, and this is what I would use because I'm not a designer. So if I don't get someone else to design my covers, I use a website like Vexel's because I can use their designs and really just kind of, I can alter it a little bit, but I can basically just slap it on my book and I don't have to worry about the copyright. All right, so I'm going to put in Daisy. Actually, I should put in Daisy PNG, but I'm going to download, actually I already downloaded this one. I downloaded, I think this one. So I'm going to download one more just so I have an option. But Vexel's has a ton of designs that you can use for print on demand and for things like Amazon KDP. So if you need help with your book covers or if you need help with your interiors, a website like Vexel's is pretty amazing. So I'll leave a link for this in the description box. All right, so I've got my daisies. Now, if you don't want to go with a paid plan with a tool like Vexel's, you can go to a website called Raw Pixel. And Raw Pixels gives you the opportunity to download public domain art that you can use in your designs. So it tells you here that this is a collection of public domain art and design resources, and they make it available to you to use as you would like with a CC0 license. And what that means is you can use any of these designs without having to worry about attribution to anyone else. There's no copyright protection for these designs. So you can always go here, and if I wanted to find a daisy picture here, I could find one here. And let's say let's try to pick one. Let's say I liked let's say I like this one. All right, I could download it. You just need a free account. I could download that and then go into Canva. I'm just going to create any design just to show you, and then I could drag this onto my canvas, hopefully. And for this, you do need, I believe you do need the pro account in order to remove the background, but I could just remove the background and then just be left with, the image of the flower. So if you don't want a paid account with something like Vexel's, you could always use a public domain image website like Raw Pixel, and you could download pictures and then remove the background. Okay, it's taking a while. And then you could just kind of, play around with the picture. I mean, you may not want to use that one, but you see how easy it would be to just use any image that you find. Now I want to go into Book Bolt and then just put this notebook together. It'll be really quick. Now, if you're new to Book Bolt, if you play around on this website and do the free trial just to get an idea of how to do what I'm doing, you'll come to this page where you'll have an option to either create or research. You want to click on create and then the Book Bolt designer. When you click on that, it'll take you to this page. Now, Book Bolt has done a lot of upgrades in the past couple of months, so this would normally come up, but you don't want to use this template because that'll take you to the old studio. You want to go up here where it says try the Book Bolt studio. That's where you'll see the changes that they've made, and it's a lot easier to create a book using this now that they've made these changes. So because we have to upload the cover separately from the interior on KDP, I don't do the cover and interior together. I just do them separately. So I'll do the paperback interior first. I'll do 101 pages because I always do an intro page, or this book belongs to page, and I'll make it 8.5 by 11. And I'll add the bleed. The project name will be Test, or I'll just do Daisy. And then create the project. And then you'll see how easy this is. All right, so I'll put a link to another book bolt tutorial that I did showing more of these features, so you can learn more about it clicking on that link. But I can go to this page templates icon here and then select what interior I'd like. So because I want a ruled interior, I'll click here. But there are a lot of other options that I could choose from if I wanted to make a planner or some other type of journal. So I don't need any of these pages because it'll be a basic composition book. So I'm going to ruled, and I'm doing college ruled. And all the pages are going to be the same. So I'll do select all. But if I wanted to just do the odd pages lined and then do even pages blank, or with some other interior, I knew that was going to pop up, I could do that. But I'm just going to select all and then click on next. Here, this gives you an option to make the line colors darker or lighter. I'll just leave that. You can also play around with the margins as well. I'm going to leave those as is. And click on submit. And now it's just building 100. Oh, I forgot to do the intro page, the title page. That's fine. Yeah, so now all the pages, all the interior pages are done. You can see how light the lines are. So I would save this or export it to PDF RGB, and then I'll have my interior formatted for an 8.5 by 11 notebook. Okay, so I'll let that finish, and then we'll move on to the cover. Okay, so now I can just download it and it's good to go. All right, so now I would do a new project, and then I would do the paperback cover, Daisy, still 101 pages, and then create the project. All right, so here I would just upload my image of the Daisy. Let's see, which Daisy do I want? Okay, so this is the, let's see if I make this background darker so I can see what I have. Alright, so that's my, so you can change your, the background of your book color to whatever you want. Since the image that I downloaded was so light, I had to, use something dark. Alright, so obviously you would design this however you like. And the good thing is that it's already formatted for KDP, so you don't have to worry about your design being rejected as long as you stay in the lines of that template. Right, so yeah, so you would just play around with it and do whatever you want to do with your cover. All right, yeah, so it's because the image is square, it kind of makes it obvious where it cuts off, so I wouldn't want to do that necessarily. But yeah, you just play around with it. Just make sure that the image that you use is has a transparent background. So you want to do a PNG with no background. All right, and then you put the title of it, Daisy composition book. All right, so you can design your interior design your cover, you would save this when you're done and then download it like you would the interior, and then it'll be good to go to upload into Amazon KDP's platform. All right, so once you have your interior and your cover complete, you'll want to make sure that you have all of your keywords for your listing. So I'm going to go in and put Daisy composition, and this is the AMZ suggestion expander. It just gives you other suggestions when you're typing in something in the search bar on Amazon. So if you put in Daisy notebook, it'll give you Daisy notebook clipboard, set, spiral, college line, and just give you other ideas. So we'll put in Daisy notebook college lined, and you get 304 results, which is good, but you still want to make sure that the books are selling under that category. And you can tell by looking at this number here, which is the Amazon bestseller rank. So the closer that number is to 0, the more they're selling every day. So if this number is 2 million or 3 million, they're not selling a whole lot. But this one is doing well, and this is not even an ad, but a spiral. So that's not what we're doing. Let's see. This one is 209,000. It looks like that might be a KDP book with a very simple cover, and the inside is probably just lined paper. So that's not bad. Let's see. 3 million, 18. Okay, that's also spiral. And I like to look for books that are close to the one that I'm uploading. I don't want to compete with, other types of books. I try to stick with ones that are close to ones that I'm making. And this one is 19,000 for this type of sage color Daisy cover, so that's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm using a tool called Helium 10, and I'm going to click on this listing, and let's see. Okay, let's look at the other books down there. All right, now there is a free Helium 10 Chrome extension that you can put onto your computer that will give you some information. It'll give you an estimate of how much revenue they're earning, how they rank in other categories, and it gives you a history of their sales and what they were selling it for. So when they first listed the product, it was $5.99. I guess, that's just in July. It's going back to July. And then you can see how the sales rank has gone up and down. But I see the price of the notebook has stayed the same throughout, and just gives you a little history in terms of the sale. All right, so now that I have this book open, you can look at the ratings or the reviews to see what customers are saying about the book. Because if they're saying, I wish this was 150 pages, then maybe you want to make yours 150 pages. So sometimes the reviews can really give you a guide on how you can set your book apart from theirs and make yours even better. If they said, I wish there was this book belongs to page, you want to make sure that you add that. Okay. So always look at the reviews. Always look and see, how long the description is, how long the book is, what size it is, just so I get an idea of what the competition is doing, and they're selling really well. So over here you'll see this little X-ray tab. If I click on that, it just gives me more information about this particular book. There are 6 reviews, gives a BSR, there are 476 sales, and that's probably, I'm not sure if that's total or if that's per month. But what we want to do is get more information on this book to find out, what keywords they're using and how they're getting their book to rank the way they are. So we're going to go into this. It's the listing analyzer. Right, so it'll do just that. It'll analyze that particular listing. Just getting the information. And I'll leave a link to Helium 10 in the description also, in case you want to just try it out. If you don't want to have to make to pay for this, because unfortunately this part is not free, just go in, see if you can get a trial offer. I'm not sure how long their trials are, and try to do all your research in a few days. And if you don't want to pay for it, you can always cancel. All right, but you may want to at least go in and play around with it, and then just see if you find it helpful. Because I do get a lot of questions about keywords and just listings and how to get your book found over the competition, and I think this could definitely help. So it's looking at that book. It's giving you similar data to what I just showed you before. But down here, it gives you more information, and it tells you, okay, this book, the title has more than 150 characters. They're not necessarily taking advantage of all of this. So their listing quality is 2.5. They don't have a lot of images. They don't use a lot in the description. And you saw the description. There weren't a lot of characters in it. So that gives you a breakdown. Down here, more information on sales, revenue, number of reviews. But what's interesting down here is that it gives you the keywords that rank in the top 10 for that book. So there are 6 that rank in the top 10 for this particular book, and that's Sage Green Notebook, Aesthetic Composition Notebooks, and the other 4. So if you were creating a composition notebook, you may want to consider using these keywords, because these keywords have allowed that book to land in the top 10 6 times. So you may want to even consider making a Sage Green notebook so that you could put that in your listing, and maybe that's what people are looking for. Maybe they're looking for Sage Green notebooks. And actually you can click here and it'll take you to Amazon using that keyword, and you can see there are only 917 products. So let's see if there are any other Sage Green notebooks. They're not, let's see, a lot of them are not paperback, but that's okay, because you can create hardback books too. This one is not doing as well as the other one. Yeah, and these are, a lot of them are spiral. This one is very plain, and that one is doing well, and that's not even a sponsored listing. So maybe Sage Green notebooks is something that people are looking for. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so we can get a full list of keywords in a tool that they call Cerebro. So we'll click on that and we'll get even more keywords, but I will definitely focus on those 6 that landed that book in the top 10. Adding these is just kind of extra. All right, so there are 538 total keywords that come up when you search for this type of book. So you put in a description for this book and it'll bring up 538 related keywords. And over here it shows you how that particular book ranks for that keyword phrase. So you'll see it ranks well for a lot of these keywords. So if they apply to your product, you may want to consider using it. So let's just look a little closer. Here you can filter out your search so you don't have so many keywords to look for, because not all of them will be relevant, and we can filter it. So let's just try to narrow it down a little bit. We'll go to search volume, because you want to make sure that whatever keyword you're using has search volume, right? So let's just put in 1,000. And you also want your book to be able to rank organically. You don't want to have to run ads for your books to be found. So for organic rank, we'll put in 20. So ranking no higher than 20. All right, so we'll filter that. And now we've got 85 keywords, so that helps. Now we can just look to see, and Helium 10 assigns a Cerebro IQ score. So the higher this number, the better, because it lets you know that there's more search, maybe not more, but the search competition ratio is better. So that means that there may be a lot of searches, but the competition is not outrageous. So for example, college ruled paper, that has a really high score. The search volume is 61,000 on Amazon every month, and there are only 248 competing products, which is that's crazy, because I would have thought college ruled paper would bring up a lot more competition than that. Let's just click on it and see. Yeah, 241 results for college rule paper. So a lot of that is just going to be blank paper. But that notebook that we saw ranked for that keyword. And what number? I forgot what number it said. Oh, okay. No. It didn't rank for that one. Yeah, it didn't rank for that one. I was going to say. All right. So wide rule notebook paper. 191,000. So let's just see what comes up with that one. Wide rule notebook paper. Let's see if it's just blank paper. Okay. Well, some of them are composition books. They're Mead, but some of them are composition books. So I would still add that in my listing for sure. For sure. Oh, that's fine. I'm done with that. Yeah. So you could just go down the line and look and see which ones are related to your book. Strawberry Notebook. That one has got about 2,800 searches a month with over 1,000 products that are competing for that keyword. Sage Green Notebook, 2,300, and well, that's still not bad. If you've got more searches than there are competing products, that's still not bad. But yeah, so I just want to show you that tool. If it's something that you're interested in checking out, it might help you get the keywords to help you rank a little bit higher. All right, so you can find your images, just to recap, on rawpixels.com. Those are free public use images. You can use something like Vexels to get designs like this, and then just put them in Canva and remove the background if you have to. Then we built, just ignore that. That's terrible. Just go to BookBolt if you need a tool to help you build your book, and you can do your cover and your interior. You want to download each as separate files and then upload them into Amazon KDP. And if you're interested in using a tool like Helium 10, you can use their Cerebro tool to get keywords that your composition is using, inspire them and try to rank higher. So I hope that is helpful. If you have any questions about either tool, you can leave them in the description. I'm still playing around with Helium 10, so I'm definitely not a pro. I'm still trying to see all the features that they have in there that could be helpful. And as I find them, I'll definitely share them with you. Okay. So I'll help you to the extent that I can. And yeah, until next time.